Well, hello fam. I don't even know how we're here. We're doing a second trimester recap today for baby boy number 2. I'm already out of breath. First and foremost, welcome back to our channel. Today it's just me because we kind of feel like for these recap videos, it's mainly a me thing. Chad obviously is experiencing some things, but not like pregnancy things. He just more has to deal with my pregnancy things. Okay, I have maternity jeans on right now, which I love. These are just like from Amazon. I'll link them below, but still like sitting is just, I'm 28 weeks as we're recording this, and I have hit the point where I'm like, I feel pregnant. So, anyways, we're gonna talk all things second trimester, not third. I got out of the second trimester, so I'm like literally trying to think of all the things, and I do have some of the questions that you guys asked me over on Instagram too, to try to keep my mind on track. And also there's a portion of this video that is sponsored by BetterHelp, but we will get to that in just a little bit. I'm just gonna give like a brief overview of second trimester because I think I shared this a little bit in the first trimester, but the thing that's been really different about this pregnancy is the fact that I'm also taking care of a toddler. And so I feel like I have not like honed in on certain like symptoms or certain things that I'm dealing with because the majority of our second trimester, we were traveling and moving and packing up and launching Unveiled, and there was so much else going on. Whereas when I was pregnant with Micah, I felt like I had a lot more time to just like sit and chill. And if I wanted to take a nap, I could take a nap, or I could like do work from the couch or from the bed or whatever it may be. And now having a 14-month-old boy, I'm just like constantly on the go. Like if I'm not working, I'm taking care of him. And I feel like even in those moments where I like probably should be resting, I'm like trying to get stuff done because we just moved into this house and it's like so far from being complete, and I'm feeling that urge to like nest and settle and like feel settled. Like even our bedroom right now, what you guys see is like it looks somewhat put together, but we don't have a dresser yet, and so we just have all of these bins and boxes that are technically organized and labeled, but it still just like looks a mess. And I just don't operate that well in what feels like chaos to me. Like I like feeling organized. I like when things are put away. Like I like to kind of close the house, close the kitchen at night. That way I can like wake up and feel peaceful in the morning. And I am just trying to have so much grace for myself and for our family in this season that it's just like, okay, it will end up getting done, but it's not gonna get done today, and that's okay. And so second trimester, I will say I felt so much better. Like there was a lot of stress that happened with the move and everything else, but like pregnancy wise, I do just fully understand why people say like the second trimester bliss, because first trimester you experience the nausea and the sickness, and I will say my nausea actually didn't go away until I think week 16 or 17, and so it was like bleeding into the second trimester where I was still nauseous, and I was like kind of annoyed by that because I was still throwing up in the mornings. But I think that a lot of people experience that. I know that so many girls, like including me, literally the moment I got out of first trimester and I'm like, I shouldn't be nauseous anymore, right? Like where is my second trimester bliss? And it like didn't happen ASAP. But it ended up coming around like week 16, week 17. And then I felt like I really didn't have, like in the second trimester, I didn't have like crazy cravings and I didn't have crazy aversions like I did in the first. And now moving into the third, I'm starting to crave some things and not want some things again. And so I feel like Second trimester is happy because you just like, your bump starts showing. People like kind of notice that you're pregnant. You're not feeling like huge and uncomfortable and out of breath and all of the things. I take that back. The out of breath thing is just kind of like a constant pregnancy thing, but it intensifies. And so anyways, I just feel like second trimester, like everything kind of like calms down and you feel most like yourself, but you just like also have a little bump and you get to see the baby and you find out the gender and all of that stuff is just so much fun and you get to like look forward to it. But just to be honest, on our end, like we shared a little bit of this in the video that we posted recently, like how we're really doing. It was a tough move, like just in terms of thinking that the house had sold and like all of the hormones that you feel and like the heightened emotions from when you're pregnant too. Like I just feel like I feel things on a bigger scale. Like if I'm sad, I'm like really sad. If I'm happy, I'm really happy. If I'm frustrated, I'm really frustrated. And that's kind of new to me because I feel like when I'm not pregnant, like I'm pretty even keel. Like I feel like I can not control my emotions, but they're very balanced. Whereas when I'm pregnant, I like go from 0 to 100 really quickly. And so I think this is probably a great time to talk about BetterHelp too, which is sponsoring this portion of the video. I will leave a link below that will get you 10% off your first month if this is something that you are feeling like it might be beneficial to you. I know for me, it's been super beneficial. It's always so beneficial to just talk to a licensed professional that is like outside of your circle. I think that there is so much beauty in talking to your community, but sometimes it's just really nice to like talk to someone who's like outside of your circle and can just speak into you, especially because they do such a great job of like matching you with a therapist that you connect with. And like if you don't connect with a therapist that you like get matched with, it's literally as easy as like one click of a button to try a new therapist, and there's no additional cost for that, which I think is incredible. And also like the scheduling is so simple. So for us in our life, it's been really difficult because in the middle of this second trimester, Micah also switched from taking 2 naps to 1 nap. And it just seemed like every other day he was taking 2 naps and then he was taking 1 nap. And so I was like, I don't know when I can like plan things and schedule things because I don't know like when I'm gonna need to be taking care of him and when I'm gonna need to be working. And I think the stress of all that just like brought up a lot of stuff and where you just feel so out of control. And so when you go on BetterHelp, you can like see their schedule and it's so easy to just book a time you know will work. And you can also like video chat, you can text. Like I even put some little screen grabs right here so you can kind of see how simple they have made it for you to really take advantage of all of the things that they have to offer. And I always say this too, because Chad and I are about to start doing the couples version, like actually talking to someone together, because with all of this, there's just been so much that's like come up. Like when you're squeezed, when you're pressed, when you're in a season where there's just like so much coming at you at once, you really see what you're made of. And sometimes it's beautiful. You're like, I am getting squeezed and I am seeing the fruits of the spirit and this is awesome. And sometimes you get squeezed and you're like, I didn't know that that was in me. Like I shared with you guys in my first trimester, I was like, I didn't know that like I could get angry like that or get frustrated like that. Like that's just so not typical of my personality. And so just being able to talk to someone to get to the root of the issue and then be able to open it up with someone who can help you like actually heal and close it, where it's not like, hey, I'm opening up all this stuff and now it's open and I don't know what to do with it. It's like, hey, let's talk about it, let's process it, and let's work through this together. And so we can move forward into that like freedom and operate from a place of healing. And so anyways, absolutely adore them. I love that they can match you with someone of faith, etc., and really just like hone in on what you need individually. And so could not recommend it more. I think there's so many times where people think like, oh, I need to hit rock bottom before I like go see a therapist. And I'm like, no. This is like a preventative measure, right? Like if something is going on and you feel like you need to process it and talk to someone about it, just at least try it for a month. Like make the investment and just see. Like there's no harm in it. Like what's the worst that can happen, you know? And so I just think that it's an amazing service. And so again, I will leave that link and our code below that will get you 10% off your first month. And thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of the video. Okay, so I'm gonna move into some of the questions that you guys left for me so that I stop rambling, okay? So one of the questions that y'all have been asking a lot is, do we have a name picked out already for this baby? We don't. We do not. We have had a girl name for like years, and I think maybe that's why we were thinking maybe it was a girl, or you like lean that way because you like have the name. Boy names are tough, and so if y'all have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments below. Like boy names that sound good with Micah, that have a biblical meaning, that have some like meaning of significance. Yeah, it's so, I don't know why I have such a hard time with boy names. And then there's some boy names that we do like, but then I think about how they sound like with Micah, and I'm like, Micah and I'm like, it just doesn't have a good ring to it. And I know that doesn't really matter, but it kind of matters to me. And so we didn't pick Micah's name until literally I was in labor, and we went into labor with like 3 names on our list, and then in the middle of labor is when we decided the name. And so I'm very curious if that's gonna be the same case or not, but please leave your recommendations. I would love that. I love looking at names and just seeing if like anything comes up. And so we do not have the name again. Did you have more energy than in the first trimester? 100%. Second trimester, my energy spiked back up, and I felt way more like myself. Did your mental health change the further you are into pregnancy? Again, first trimester definitely experienced the brunt of a lot of the emotions, and then second trimester we were hit with a bunch of life stuff. And so again, stuff came up and I'm like trying to navigate and manage it, and that's why I'm so thankful for BetterHelp. Right now I think that I'm going into third trimester, and now I'm just trying to like, I don't want to say survive. It's more of just like, okay, let's nest, but also let's prep, because I do want to take a maternity leave this time. I didn't with Micah. And so we're just like, what does that look like? Because we have a team. We don't just want to like completely peace out, disappear. So does that mean like batching content so that we can still be present? Does that mean that we just disappear for a little while? Does that mean Chad kind of takes over for a little while? We're not sure. So we're like asking the Lord and kind of praying through what that looks like, because I just know that this postpartum will be even more different, because I won't just have new baby, I'll also be taking care of Micah too. And so I know that we'll probably have both my mom and Chad's mom come up and stay and help a little bit, but yeah, we're definitely still trying to navigate that. So when I do a third trimester recap, maybe we'll have a little bit more of the plan, and I will keep y'all posted on that. One sec, I need some coffee. Okay. I just hit my second trimester. Any tips for ligament pain? I had a lot of round ligament pain second trimester, and I just started getting a little bit more like pelvic floor pain too. And so if you actually look up, there's some exercises and stretches that you can do, and also some supplements that maybe you want to talk to like your doctor or midwife about. Like for me, magnesium helped a little bit. Drinking more water, because I'm terrible about it, can help with like the cramping and the stretching and everything like that. And then I'm also going to be doing meetings, I think, with a pelvic floor specialist. And so I actually like need to reach out to them today, because in the last like couple days I've felt more like pelvic floor pain. And when I talked to the midwife, she was just like, it's your second pregnancy, things like expand a little faster and do the thing. Then that was one thing I regretted not looking into and pursuing first pregnancy. And so I do want to be a little bit more prepared and meet with a pelvic floor specialist prenatal and postpartum. And so if any of you guys have, I know a lot of you watching have actually like been pregnant with me when I was pregnant with Micah and are pregnant again, which is so fun. Like, I love that. Or this is your first pregnancy and we're pregnant together. That's so much fun. If that's the case, comment below, because I want to read and see just like all your faces and names and who all is pregnant right now. Yeah, if you have had any experience with a pelvic floor specialist, any benefits that you've seen, etc., comment that below, because I'm super curious and I've heard great things. And so I'm hoping it'll help me this time, because with my birth experience with Micah, what was interesting was like my pelvic floor was almost like too strong, and I didn't do enough like stretching and stuff to like know how to relax it when it needed to be relaxed. And so I'm hoping that when I see a pelvic floor specialist, she'll be able to like help me figure out what that looks like for round 2. Okay, the question y'all all want to know, how is sex with baby number 2? I will say that pregnancy number 1, I feel like Chad and I, I'm just being honest. I think that there's so much like weirdness around talking about sex, and I just never want to be that channel. I just want to be real about it, because we're married. It's how babies come, right? First pregnancy, I feel like really threw off our sex life. Like, we just didn't know. Micah's literally trying to get in the door right now. Yeah, I just feel like it was not great. And then this pregnancy, I feel like it's been really redemptive. Like, I don't feel like our sex life really even changed that much with being pregnant. And so that's a blessing. And yeah, I know going into like 3rd trimester, when the belly starts like really kind of getting in the way and stuff, it's a little bit different. And you're also just like way more fatigued and tired. But up until this point, it has been great. And we have praised the Lord for that. I like literally has felt very redemptive, which I'm hoping is the same experience for birth number 2, that it is just redemptive. Okay, so if y'all want to be praying with me, partnering in prayer with me for that, that'd be lovely. Speaking of, I'm getting a lot of questions. I think I answered this in the first trimester recap, but a lot of people are asking if I'm planning on doing a home birth again, or doing a hospital, or what my plan is. And the plan as of now is to do a birth center. And so for me, it's like a happy medium. I would not be against doing another home birth. It's just, I loved laboring in like a soaking tub where like I could fully immerse and like have my belly in the water. And we don't have a soaking tub in this house. And also with Micah being here, I think what we'll have to do is like either have my mom or Chad's mom in town, like to watch Micah during labor, because he's super attached to me and has been extra attached to me since we moved with just all the transition and everything. I'm his safe place. I'm his mama. And so I feel like if he saw me in pain or anything like that, like he would want to help, or it would kind of freak him out. And so I just think he's way too young to like understand what would be happening and what I'd be going through. And so I think that I'll do like some like early labor here. Hopefully it's like during the night or something when he's just like asleep, and then we'll head to the birth center. I do, from a lot of you, have the advice to not wait too long, because apparently a lot of you with your second birth, they came a lot faster. And I don't want to make the mistake of thinking like, oh, I have another 30 hours and not make it to the birth center, or it be a stressful drive because I like waited too late. And so I'm gonna hopefully try to time it out. I did get a doula, and so I'm hoping that with her help, like she'll meet us at the house, and she'll also be that like sounding board of like, okay, I think it's time to head to the birth center. And so yeah, that'll be awesome. And then with the birth center, it's a little bit different than the hospital too. You only stay like a couple of hours after baby's born, and then you get to just like come straight home, which makes me feel excited and happy that we'll just be reunited with Micah really quickly. And to be honest, I think a lot of people have asked, like, I'm not against hospital births at all. It's just for me, hospitals make me anxious. And I feel like that's the opposite of what you want to feel when you're in labor. I just want to feel so relaxed, like everything's great, and this birth center is beautiful, and it just feels like a nice hotel room, and they have the big tub, and they have the birthing balls, and they have everything that you possibly need that like I had to order and have at our house last time. And so yeah, I'm praying that it'll just be a beautiful experience. So yeah, we'll keep you updated on that. Okay, some of y'all asked, have I been purchasing maternity clothes or did I just size up? So the difference with this pregnancy is I'm pregnant like more in the winter, whereas in Florida, not that it really matters because you don't really get like that big of a winter. I was more like pregnant in the summer. And so I felt like I could just wear more dresses or like size up on some biker shorts and big t-shirts. This time I've had to get more like actual maternity clothes because it's colder here, number one, but also I'm such a jeans girl and I could get away with not really doing that in the summer and just wearing dresses. But for the winter, like I love jeans. And so I've gotten, I think, 2 pairs. So I have this pair of maternity jeans and then I love them so much I got them in black. And then I got a pair of like maternity knit pants that I wear a lot. I'll try to link them below. One of the maternity sites I really like is Pink Blush Maternity. They have a bunch of really cute stuff. Like I actually want to go back in and make another order because I'm getting to the point where like I need more actual maternity stuff. When it comes to sweaters, I normally just size up anyway because I like the oversized look, but right now I'm like sizing up to a large so that it not only like fits over my belly, but also like doesn't show the like little maternity thing on the side of the jeans. And so, yeah, a little bit of like both. And I would say with pants, definitely like buying maternity stuff versus sizing up. And then with like sweaters and jackets, I probably just size up. And then with dresses, it depends on like what kind of style of dresses you like to wear. Like I feel like a lot of people love the like bodycon dresses when they're pregnant. And for some reason, I just am not like a bodycon dress girl. I don't know. I just don't feel like they're flattering on my body type. And so I tend to wear more of like the flowy dresses when I do wear dresses. And so I don't feel like you like have to do maternity when they're flowy because they tend to just fit your belly. So hopefully that answered your question. Oh, I get this question a lot too. What app do I use for tracking the pregnancy? I love What to Expect. I know she like had a famous book, like What to Expect When You're Expecting. And I know there was like a whole movie, which was hilarious. But yeah, I've had other apps and everything, but I always just go back to the What to Expect app. There's a video each week. So like every week when you turn like 27 weeks, 28 weeks, whatever, there's a little video that shows you like what's actually happening inside your belly and like what's new with baby. And I always look forward every week to like watching those videos. I just feel like it's like a very easy app to understand and track with. And so I'll put a little icon of what it looks like and also link it below for you guys. Okay, great question. This may be a first pregnancy question, but did you guys take any classes to prep for baby? We did not. And I kind of wish we would have. I know that for this pregnancy and going through the birth center, I actually do have to take like an online course and I'm excited. Well, okay, that's not true. We didn't do any in-person classes, but I did do like an online course. And I think I also have to do that through the birth center. Yeah, so I did some like online stuff too. But I think if you can go in person with your spouse and like go through some different birthing positions and stuff like that and just like know what to expect, I think it's always like helpful to be in the know versus not. What do your workouts look like during pregnancy? They look like nothing. because I have not done anything, and I told myself that was not going to be the case. And with everything we've had going on, it has just not happened. And so I'm still in my head, like, I want to get on the ball and at least like do some stretching and some like small, more like Pilates style, just like floor workouts. But yeah, y'all, I honestly have been so out of my workout routine since birthing Micah. Like, I have not gotten back into a workout routine, and it's something that kind of upsets me because working out like genuinely brings me so much joy. Like, I am one of those people who will like smile through a workout because like I genuinely enjoy moving my body and having the endorphins that come afterwards. But it just has been really difficult in this season to navigate when to go and all of those things. But we're gonna like really try to prioritize that this year. And so I'll keep you posted, because Chad and I are both at the point where we're like, we really need to prioritize our health, and we just feel like we haven't done that. And so we're going to start doing that. And so I can take you kind of along that process if that's something y'all are interested in when we get there. I'm not going to say that we're just going to gung-ho start next week, but I do hope that it's like a sooner than later thing, because I know that the more you do it pre-baby, the easier postpartum tends to be. And so maybe I just need some encouragement from you guys. Okay. Thank you. Okay, love this question. How do you still find time for God amidst all that is happening in your lives right now? I always say, if it is important to you, you'll find the time. Like, you will prioritize it. And so for me right now, what that looks like is waking up 30 minutes earlier than Micah, brushing my teeth, making my coffee, opening my Bible, getting my journal out, putting on my Dappy T keys on YouTube, and just sitting there and having some time with the Lord before Micah wakes up. I know that when I don't do that, I just feel so different. Like, when I get up just a little bit earlier and I have that time, it like sets me up for the rest of the day. And then also, like, once I put him down at night, after we have dinner, before I go to bed, instead of just like scrolling my life away, trying to like spend that time with the Lord. And so I just don't like the excuse of I don't have time. We always have time. It's just, what are we prioritizing? And so if this is a season where you really want to dive deeper into your relationship with the Lord, look at your schedule and make an appointment. Like, if we can make an appointment with our friends, like if we can make an appointment to go to a class, if we can make time to do homework, if we can make time for play dates or whatever that looks like in this season of your life, if we can make time for all of these other things, but we can't make time for our Creator, our Heavenly Father, our Comforter, our friend, like, what are we doing? You know? And so I think it really comes down to recognizing that that's the one thing the enemy does not want you to do, and getting competitive with the enemy and just being like, okay, I'm over all of these distractions. Like, this is what I know I need so that I can operate out of overflow versus operating from an empty cup and operating out of lack. And so I know if I want to show up as a better wife and a better mother, a better friend, I need time with Jesus. Like, it is a non-negotiable. And so I think that we just need to make it a non-negotiable in our life and in our schedule. And I think the beautiful thing is, like, God never cancels appointments with us. If we set that time and we press into him, he says, when you draw near to me, I draw near to you. That's in James 4:8. And it's a verse that I have just been repeating over and over and over again lately. He says, when you seek me, you will find me. And so we just need to seek him. And that's truth. Like, that is capital T truth in the Bible. And so I think that's just a beautiful thing, is like, we don't serve a God who's like hiding from us. Like, he's inviting us. And so, yeah. Okay, y'all. If y'all have any other questions, let me know, comment them below, and I will answer more over on Instagram. I know that I'm probably just a little bit scatterbrained right now, but I hope this was helpful. Hope you had fun just hanging out, and we will see you guys soon. Also, another massive thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring that portion of the video. Y'all don't forget to click the link below to get 10% off your first month. If you have any questions about their services as well, feel free to DM me over on Instagram. But as always, love you guys. Don't forget that you are God's masterpiece, and we'll see you in the next video.